Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank all of you for the work that you do. When I came to Washington, D.C., I wanted to make sure that government was accountable not only to the constituents of mine in North Carolina, but to all of America. And it is the hardworking American taxpayers' dollars that we have to make sure that we protect, and certainly the offices of the inspectors general play a critical role in doing just that. As I came to Congress, I didn't know what an inspector general was, and now I've come to learn that it is the frontline defense on making sure that waste, fraud, and abuse are not pervasive within our federal government. Your independence is key, and certainly our councils of inspectors general for integrity and efficiency, also known as SIGI, we work on acronyms around here, are crucial to help providing the IGs with their support for that mission. And Mr. Horowitz, let me just say that your name probably gets invoked more by both sides of the aisle than you would care to, and it's not normally in your SIGI role that it does that, but I appreciate you being here, and certainly all of you in the role. Some of you, this is not your first rodeo on being here. In fact, I don't think it's your first rodeo for any of you here today, and no matter how partisan this committee gets, no matter how partisan it gets, I'm confident that we can all agree that your role and the roles of the Inspectors General's mission is more important than ever. We must make sure that the Inspectors Generals have the statutory authorities, the resources necessary to fully carry out their investigations, their audits, their reviews, allegations of misconduct, and there are often times when at a subcommittee level or the full committee level where I find that the chairman and I are looking at those recommendations that the IGs make, and whether an administration, whether it is under the previous administration, or the Obama administration, or under the Trump administration, whether they're actually acting appropriately. And so you are critical in that role. And so as we look at this on this 10th anniversary of the creation of SIGI, I think the SIGI's mission transcends individual government agencies. It's all about making sure that you have the tools. I, for one, as a fiscal conservative, hate to spend money on just about anything that does not provide a return. You don't have to say amen. And so, but on this particular thing, making sure that you're well-funded, that you have the tools, there is not a dime's worth of difference between the chairman and I in terms of making sure that you're well-equipped. It's crucial that we work together to examine the systems that would actually provide real IG reform. And just as recent, I think, as yesterday, the chairman and I are working together on a piece of legislation that actually goes a little bit further and making sure that that independence is truly there and that we have objective oversight. I want to thank all of our witnesses being here today. I want to regress just a little bit. I need to mention something that the chairman and I have talked about. It has been a long-standing committee policy that we allow minority witnesses. And in fact, the House rules provide for those. And Mr. Chairman, we asked for the Inspector General for WMATA, of which we've had a number of hearings to be here. And for that particular Inspector General, who is not a member of SIGI, but also is something that we need to examine in terms of the tools that they have to do what truly is important, because WMATA, we've had a number of hearings where deaths and injuries have been reported, where it has been critical to this committee, and for us to not be in a position to have that Inspector General here is certainly something that we don't agree with. We would encourage us working in a bipartisan manner as we go forward to hopefully highlight that important testimony that needs to come forward. And I yield back.